Hello everyone and welcome to the lesson. In today's lesson, I'm going to teach you some hairdressing vocabulary and meanings. Now, let's get into the lesson. The first one is wash, cut, and blow dry. This is when hair is washed, cut, and dried and styled at the salon. Okay? So, when you ask for a wash, cut, and blow dry, the hairstylist or the hairdresser will wash your hair, cut it, dry it, and style to your taste. The next one is trim. When you get a trim, the hairstylist will cut off a small amount of hair off the ends of the hair to neaten your existing hairstyle. So the next time you go to the hair salon and ask for a trim, the hairdresser will cut off a small amount of hair from the ends of your hair to make your hairstyle neater. So they don't change your existing hairstyle at all. Instead, they simply make it neater by cutting a small amount of hair off the ends of your hair. The next one is blow dry. When you ask for a blow dry, your hair is dried with a hair dryer. Okay? They simply dry your hair with a hair dryer. And in this case, the hair would be first made wet. It would be wet and then they would blow dry it with a hair dryer. They would dry the hair with the hair dryer. The next one is towel dry. This is very simple. In this case, your hair is wet and they dry your hair with a towel. The next one is a dry trim. In this case, hair is cut while dry, without washing first. Okay? So when you ask for a dry trim, the hairstylist or the hairdresser will cut your hair while it is still dry, without having to wash it first. The next one is layers. When you ask for layers in your hair, the hair is cut in different lengths, shorter on the top layers and longer underneath. So, the next time you go to the hairdresser and ask for layers, the hairdresser will cut your hair in different lengths, shorter on the top layers and longer underneath. The next one is razor cut. Razor cut is when hair is cut with an angled razor to achieve a smooth, soft finish instead of a sharp finish. So the next time you go to the hairdresser and you ask for a razor cut, your hair will be cut with an angled razor to achieve a smooth, soft finish instead of a sharp finish. The next one is thinning. In this case, thick hair is thinned down with scissors to make it more manageable. Okay? If you ask for your hair to be thinned, then your thick hair will be thinned down with scissors to make it more manageable. The next one is highlights. Now, in this case, hair is lightened in thin streaks all over the head. Highlights can be done for the whole head or half head, which lightens just the top layers of hair. Okay? So when you ask for highlights, the hairdresser is going to dye or lighten some streaks of your hair, just some parts of your hair, instead of the whole head. For example, maybe you're blonde and you would like some highlights of brunette. So the hairdresser will color the top layers of your hair. Okay, they will dye the top layers of your hair. The next one is foils. Foils are used for highlights in order to separate the highlighted parts from the rest of the hair. Okay, so when you ask for highlights, they are going to use foil, and the foil will be used to separate the highlighted parts from the rest of your hair. The next one is a highlighting cap. Highlights can also be applied using a cap instead of foils, where the hair is pulled through holes in the cap, but this is less common than foils in modern salons. Okay, so when you ask for highlights in your hair, which means that you want parts of your hair to be a different color, the hairdresser is going to use either foils or highlighting cap to give you highlights in your hair. The next one is balayage. Okay, that's a tricky one because it's not typically an English word. Balayage or balayage, depending on where you come from. Okay, and this is a highlighting technique where dye is painted on directly without using foils or a cap to create a graduating color effect. So it is actually a highlighting technique when you ask to have your hair highlighted. In other words, you ask to have parts of your hair in a different color. Okay? In this case, they don't use foils or a highlighting cap. Instead, they paint the dye directly on your hair without using foils or a cap, and that way they create a graduating color effect. Okay? The next one is a perm. Now, a perm is a chemical treatment that makes hair curly permanently. Okay? So if you have straight hair and you want to curl your hair permanently, you could ask for a perm. The next one is parting. Now, the place on top of your head where the hair parts to the left and the right is what we call a parting. When they are styling your hair, maybe you like your hair to be separated in the middle, okay? Or you like your hair to be separated on the left or on the right. So in other words, a parting is simply a separation of your hair. Okay? The next one is relaxed hair. Now, this is a hair treatment for very tightly curled hair that relaxes the hair and straightens the hair. So if you have really curly hair and you would like your hair to be straight, then the hairdresser will give you a relaxed hair treatment. Okay? And this brings us to the end of our lesson for today. And as usual, I am going to read out the words for you. Wash, cut, and blow dry. Trim, blow dry, towel dry, dry trim, razor cut, thinning, highlights, foils, highlighting cup, balayage, perm, parting, relaxed hair. Okay, so I hope that this lesson has helped you to understand a little bit more about the different hairdressing vocabulary that we have out there. And hopefully this will help you and give you a little bit more confidence the next time you go to the hairdresser or to the hair salon. Thank you very much. Please do not forget to subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up. Thank you very much and bye bye till our next lesson.